So I'm about to drop my fuel sender and pump in. I got it all mounted. I still got to put the strainer on or filter there. So what I did is the connector that came from the sender obviously didn't fit in the pump. So I had to solder that together, cut it, splice it in, solder it together. Walbro 255 into a Grand National sender, Spectra model. There's the model number, FG156A Spectra. So got a 3/8 out, 5/16 in, and then you got your RAL quick mod on the fuel sender and pump. So I went to put it in, and of course it doesn't go as planned. But it actually ended up being a quick easy fix. I didn't know what I was gonna do for a second. But these little notches that keep it locked in to place. On my original sender, those notches are higher up. So you can see it in the sun. So there's one here and one right there where that ground is. On this one, if I'm facing it the same way, it's actually here and here, not up here and here. So if you can see that notch there, that's where the original one was. So I was like, damn it, what am I gonna do? So I originally was like, oh, could I cut that off there and move it up there and like have my buddy tack weld it in or something or other? And then I was like, oh wait, maybe I can notch a portion of this out and have it locked in that way, because it's only two little locking tabs there. So I was like, oh, maybe I can notch it out. So when I went to look around, as you can see here, if it's close up, there's some space there in between the tank and this actual ring here. So I decided to mark it up and cut a little section out with that grinder, little cut off wheel, and I actually cut it perfect on the first try, and it fit right in there. So now it doesn't move. Got a new O-ring, use my original little ring lock, and I'm good to go. So I was about to get really annoyed for a second, and then it worked out. So it actually fits in there perfect. So I had about a quarter tank of gas in there, and when I had to take it in and out a couple times, and when I took it in this new pump and sender in and out, the gas line where it like sits down in there, you can see where it got wet, and it sit about the same level as that did. So you know, I'm happy with that. The only thing is I won't be able to run this tank low. I'm gonna have to stay about a quarter or higher. If I go over a quarter, I'll be really in danger of running the car out of fuel. So since it doesn't have a sump or anything like that. So, but yeah, other than that, I think we're good. So next phase, I'm probably gonna have to go to the store, get some hoses to connect from here to my lines in the back. I'll probably get 2 feet, which is more than enough, of 3/8 and 5/16, and an extra hose for the other portion of the sender there as well. And shoot, man, I think we'll be good. So I'll chime in a little later. All right, so here we go at the attempt of priming my engine. I got the drill pump here. I don't know if y'all can see the front of it. It has an in and an out there. Clear tubing just so I can see what it's doing. I got my break-in fluid there, 5 quarts. And the tube going in, this is a 1/2-inch tube going in, out, and into that fitting, barb fitting. I have clamped down just for no leaks, and I have that pipe threaded there. So not pipe threaded, but sealed with Teflon tape for no leaks. So we'll see how this goes. I'm gonna pump for a couple minutes, turn the engine over, pump, turn, pump, turn, until I can see oil coming out the rockers on both sides. At that point, I'll know it's pretty much good and primed. Then I'll go ahead and fill the rest with the oil. So here we go. What's going on, y'all? Back at it. Long day, but it's been worth it because I just heard it turn over for the first time. I don't have the wiring harness hooked up or anything like that. I still got to put the spark plugs in. I got some old spark plugs in there right now just to kind of fill the gaps. But I just heard it turn over and sounds good. 6-7 months, long time, and finally I heard this thing. So I'm gonna go ahead and crank it over so you guys can hear it. But finally, and here we go. Has some life in her. Yep. Anyways, I don't want to do it too much. I only put about half the oil in there right now, maybe 2.5 quarts, 3 quarts, about 3 quarts. Kind of semi-prime the engine. That oil pump thing, it was taking too long that I had the little oil drill that I had, and then it just ended up just not putting anything. It put as much as it could in there, but then I think when the block started to get full, the pressure just from the oil being in the block started pushing back, and that little pump couldn't handle it. So I stopped that, and then I filled the oil, the block with oil as much as I could. I just want to do a little bit. I'm going to see if it actually registers on the dipstick right now. I put another 2 quarts, maybe 3 quarts of transmission fluid in there. I'm not sure if it's bone dry, so I didn't want to put a whole lot of fluid in there. I'm gonna check the fluid and kind of see where it's at right now. I know you're supposed to check it when it's warm, but when I get it started, I'll handle the fluid system on that. But anyways, y'all, it's good to hear it turn over. I'm excited, and yeah, whew, it's been a long time since I heard that sound. Sounds a lot different too, and just turning over from my 305. But anyways, I'm excited. Spent all day running my freaking power steering, not power steering, but what's that thing's called? I'm delirious right now. I've been at this all day. Transmission lines. So those things are kind of in an awkward position, so I'm gonna get those fixed. But I got those all bent and settled in, and scratched my new paint up in a few places trying to get those lines in, but I might just touch up some stuff. But anyways, sounded good, y'all. Y'all, just a quick vid. It's gonna be really quick because I actually am in a rush to get out of here. I gotta head to work. I spent the last 2 days, pretty much full days, well, 1 full day, 1 half day, on working on this thing, and it's kind of one of those days where you spend all day working on it and feel like you didn't really get a whole lot done. But most of it was wiring and soldering and shortening wires and stuff like that. So it was kind of like, I did get a lot of stuff done, but it seems like I didn't. But today I worked on it for a couple hours. I got to head to work, but these are all my wires that go to the bulkhead. Just I got those sorted out so I know which one's like power and one that controls the starter and all that, which one's hot and all that kind of stuff. I did set my harness up, kind of got it routed right now to where they go to the correct locations. I don't have anything plugged in except for the coils on this side, but that all went pretty well. I have them all lined up, got all the wires at least to the right locations, like my tranny plug that goes all the way to my 4L60E, the BSS, all that. Nothing's plugged in down there, but at least it's just sitting there, just so I can route them. I'm gonna sort through all these wires here. That's my AC lines there. I'm gonna keep my AC, so I'll probably just wrap them up and put them somewhere so you kind of hide them so you can't see them. Got my battery there, so that was my battery for when I was able to turn it over. So I did actually turn over the engine. So the starter works, everything works there. Got my fuel delivery system ran as well. Again, Grand National Sender, Walbro 255 pump. That went on pretty smooth. Only thing is I have to, their return line is actually a 1/4 inch tube. So I had to go get a 1/4 inch tube, which feeds into my car into a 5/16. So that did not work. Because the 1/4 inch fuel injection hose would not go over the 5/16 hard line. So I had to, well, I thought I would be able to at least, hopefully if I had the wiring done, start it and hear the fuel pump prime and make sure that worked. And my goal was to actually start the car, and that didn't work. And I wouldn't have been able to start the car anyway, because now I have to wait for a reducer barb. So I'm gonna get a 5/16 on one end that reduces to a 1/4 inch, so that way I can run a 5/16 hose from my return line in my car into the 5/16 barb, which reduces down to a 1/4 inch, and then I can hook up the 1/4 inch line, fuel line that runs into the fuel sender there. So other than that, y'all, I really didn't do much. There's a lot of things that, I was trying to knock out, wiring and stuff like that. Then I had to take off my header on this side to try to route my starter wire, and that was a pain in the ass. But got it all done. I got my starter wire wrapped with some high heat foil tape that I bought from Lowe's. So there's a picture, it's gonna be in this video as well, or the video prior, that I'm gonna make. There are a couple of different videos I'm gonna make. So in one of those you'll see kind of what I've been doing. But anyways, this is a quick vid. I know you guys are just kind of staring at a garbage bag, but I at least wanted to give y'all kind of what was going on with the car. So all right, y'all, well, I'll talk to y'all later. I got to get out of here. I got an 1.5-hour drive. I got to get back to work. All right, talk to y'all later.